Hi, you are listening to This Is Not Your Practice Life. I'm your host, Macy Renee, and we are going on a journey together, my friends. I'm a certified life and emotional intelligence coach. And if you really want to step into your highest self, there are a few non-negotiables you're going to have to learn, and I am just the person to help you do it. No matter your past, I'm here to help you create a more fulfilling future. So stick around with me. Not only will I teach you how to navigate your brain's daily mind drama, but I'll help you actually understand your mind, your emotions, why you do the things you do, and why others do the things they do. Most importantly, I'll help you build the self-awareness skills to create whatever results you want. It's never too late to change the trajectory of your life. After all, this is not your practice life. Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of This Is Not Your Practice Life podcast. My name is Macy, and I'm so excited to have you joining me today. We are going to have a shorter episode because the main thing that I want to come and let you know of today is about my brand new freebie that I will be offering very soon. And what I want you to be aware of is to make sure that you're on my email list. If you're not already on my email list, it's very simple to do. Go to macyrenee.com. I've posted it up here. If you're watching on YouTube, it's MACIERENAE.com. Whenever you go to the website, there will be an immediate pop-up that allows you to join my main email list. And then soon you're going to get some emails inviting you into my newest freebie, which is actually going to be an advanced freebie. I'm so excited to share it with you. So I used to run freebies all the time. And then when my husband and I decided to move back to Kentucky from living in Las Vegas for about 4 years, everything was just kind of hectic and chaotic. So it slowed down the rate of which I offered freebies. And now that I'm home and settled, I want to be able to offer this again. And I like to switch up how I run freebies. So this next one is more so an advanced freebie, meaning that it's going to operate a lot like my more advanced rooms. So it may not be a freebie that is for everyone, but if you really love the work, if you're an avid podcast listener, if you follow, maybe my programs, you're familiar with me talking about programs like the hybrid experience or the art of agency. If you've always been curious about if you would be able to maybe hang in an advanced room or you would find benefit in an advanced room, this is going to be a freebie for you to do that. And I want to give you today just a little bit of insight as to what you can expect so you can really see if it's for you, because believe me when I say, when I get quiet, whether I'm quiet on social media, if I'm quiet from emails, if I'm just a little bit quiet, I'm usually up to no good. It's really good stuff and it's exciting stuff. But once I'm in creative mode, I'm all in. Like I hone in on the things I'm excited about. So I get a little quiet when it comes to being social on social media, sending a bunch of emails, posting a lot. I just kind of go inward and let my mind and body speak to me. And so I've been working on a lot behind the scenes, and I can promise you those that attend this advanced freebie are going to be very glad that they did, especially if you're an active participant, you love it. You're going to want to stick around and you're going to want to make sure you attend all of the calls. Okay. Let me just say that because I've got some things coming down the pipeline. But here's what this freebie is really going to be about. I've been thinking a lot about, women who feel like they've maybe already lived their best years, or they feel like their best years are way ahead of them and somewhere in the distant future. I really want to teach you why this is, but how to anchor into your best years being now. I think a few things happen for women, which, by the way, I should just say that by the time you see this, we would have celebrated Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to every single woman in my audience that is a mother, that is longing to be a mother, that's maybe grieving as a mother, who has a wonderful relationship with their mother, who maybe has a strained relationship with their mother. I am thinking of every mother on Mother's Day, and I just hope that you feel celebrated today. And I hope you allow all of the feels, whether you're having a wonderful day and today goes in the books as one of the best, or you're really struggling this year on Mother's Day for whatever reasons you may hold. I'm just thinking of all of you and holding you tight, and want to say I appreciate all the mamas. I really aspire and feel inspired by so so many of you as moms. So thank you for being who you are. And especially being in this community. If you listen to the podcast, if you're doing coaching, you're a mom that wants to be better than you were yesterday. And I think that that's a very commendable thing. So thanks for being here. And I'm celebrating you today. So here's what I want to talk about with this advanced freebie, just so if it kind of resonates with you and if it's something you want to sign up for so that you don't miss any of my exciting announcements and all of that good stuff. So when it comes to this next advanced freebie, I'm really thinking about, again, the women who think maybe your best days are already behind you and you're just kind of going through the motions, or you think that your best days are way ahead of you and it feels a little out of reach and you're just kind of, again, going through the motions on autopilot. You're maybe in a space where things have felt a little bit slow and mundane, or maybe you're in a season where simplicity really speaks to you and that feels good, but you also feel like, you know what, I would be open to what else is available to me to really spice up my life, or to really put me in a place where I'm excited about what I have going on and the skills that I'm learning and the things I'm doing and the ways that I'm pouring into myself. Okay, I really want to talk about who this freebie is for and why we're going to focus on some advanced work. So this is going to be a 3-week freebie with some advanced concepts that you're going to learn over that time period. It's going to run a lot like my advanced programs, the Art of Agency and the Hybrid Experience. So if you've ever been curious about those, you'll want to make sure to put yourself in this room and to really show up. I do have a standard for how I like women showing up to these, and I like them being fully committed to their transformation in there and really pushing their brain from what maybe it's not used to. So outside of the norm, because in the advanced rooms, you're going to learn more challenging concepts and you're just going to be encouraged to show up as your highest and best self. So I've got some talking points here on my laptop that I want to kind of talk about that are going to be covered in this freebie, because I think a lot of times the women that I work with, they become over time hyper independent women, meaning that a lot of times some of that burnout that happens or emotional exhaustion that happens isn't because they're incapable. It is literally because they've felt like they've had to do it. Maybe there's even been periods of their life where they have felt like, I have to show up, I have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it if I don't. And it creates a hyper independence. And while those skills are not terribly bad, it often puts us in a state where we get into that kind of mundane flow, or where we again feel like our best days are behind us, or our best days are way ahead somewhere in the future that will eventually arrive to. And it feels like it's outside of our control. And like, because of that, we often lose that feminine softness that really allows us to access everything that we are capable of. So a lot of the women that I work with get kind of stuck in a masculine energy. They don't mean to, but they do tend to be women that have done a lot and taken on a lot of roles and responsibilities, whether they wanted to or whether it just inadvertently happened at some point in time. And what is difficult a lot of times to do is maintain your power and your boldness and your standards in life while also remaining soft in your feminine energy to allow yourself to be taken care of. I think a lot of the women that come into my world often struggle with that. We feel like we have to be strong all the time. We feel like we have to be put together a lot of the time. We feel so responsible for everybody in our life. And sometimes we just want to be able to let the weight off of our shoulders and feel taken care of, and to be able to collapse in a good way, right? Just to collapse and be taken care of, collapse and feel good about our lives, collapse and experience simplicity and joy and happiness at a whole different level than maybe we're already experiencing. But in order to do that, there are certain skills that we have to learn. And what I want to do in this advanced freebie is really teach you why this happens, what to do, what to recognize, and how to change it. So I'm really, really excited about this, because what I believe is that your best years are a mindset and are created when you decide that you're going to be in your best years. It's not something that's already happened, even though you can look back and be like, you know what, those are some of the best years of my life. But it doesn't mean that your best years are not also right now or can't be right now. And same thing with if you feel like it's way out in the future and you don't know when you're going to be able to feel that way or access it. I want to bring it all in to right now. Okay. So if you felt like you're living, but maybe you don't feel as fully alive as you want to be, or maybe you have abandoned yourself in some way over time because it's felt like the easiest thing to do or the easier thing to do, as opposed to really speak up for yourself and let your life be what you want it to be. If you felt disconnected from yourself in any kind of way, and if you also believe this is just life. This is just, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. If any of that is happening, I really want you to sign up for this freebie. So I haven't announced the name yet. I know on this podcast, you're probably like, well, what's it called? How do I know what to look for? The best thing that you can do is just go to MaceyRenee.com. Again, if you're watching YouTube, it's right here on the board, MacieRenee.com. Sign up on the email list and then just pay attention to your inbox. Be sure to check your junk, your spam, your trash, especially if you're not used to getting emails from me, because a lot of times now with all of the email server updates, emails are going straight to junk. Unfortunately, the email servers scan all emails before we ever get to read them and decide what we do with them. And because of that, if there's any links, so if I attach like a link for you to sign up with something, if I attach a Zoom link, anything like that, it thinks that I'm a bot and it puts my email in your junk, in your trash, in your spam. So if you have ever signed up for my email list and you're like, I'm not getting her emails, they're probably going to your junk, trash, or spam. Okay. Especially if you just sign up and you're not getting anything, just make sure you're paying attention to junk, trash, and spam, because I will tell you that the emailing is going to be a little bit heavier coming in the coming weeks because of this freebie and everything I've got going on. I want to make sure that women have a fair opportunity to see the emails and get into this freebie and they know the information. So the best thing that you can do is sign up on MaceyRenee.com. Then you'll start getting emails and you will get a separate link to sign up specifically for the freebie. So that way when it starts, if you're not interested in the freebie, you won't get those emails. Okay. So that's the best course of action. And I will see you guys next week. Hey there. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of This Is Not Your Practice Life podcast. If you'd like to connect on social media, you can find me on both Instagram and Facebook at Macy Renee Coaching. And if you want to stay up to date on all of my offers, announcements, and inspirational emails, you can join my email list at MaceyRenee.com. In addition, if there's a way that I can further support you in your coaching journey, you can schedule a free 60-minute consult at MaceyRenee.com anytime you want so we can discuss the best options for you. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.